Hello, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Rail Rangers on the Road. Every month, the Midwest Rail Rangers take you to an interesting and unique railroad destination across the Midwest, including places in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, and Wisconsin. The Midwest Rail Rangers, a 501c3 nonprofit, was founded in 2015 to provide onboard educational programs across the Midwest. Perhaps you have caught us on select weekends on the South Shore Line between Chicago and South Bend, Indiana, on private rail excursions featuring dome cars and other heritage rail equipment, Amtrak charters and motor coach trips organized by the 20th Century Railroad Club of Chicago, open house events at the Wisconsin Great Northern Railroad featuring the Sky Parlor car and the Mark Twain Zephyr, and at various outreach events such as Train Fest in Milwaukee and Mad City Rail in Madison, Wisconsin. And now mark your calendar for the first Sunday night of every month at 7 p.m. Central Time for Rail Rangers on the Road. Without further ado, here is this month's program. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Rail Rangers
on the road.
On the road, and well, Candace, we're in the Midwest. Where are we?
No, we sure are.
Hint, hint. Where are we?
Denver?
No, come on.
No.
Where are we? The sign's right behind you.
Grand Junction, Colorado.
We are in Grand Junction, Colorado this evening. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we decided to take a little trip west on the California Zephyr. We didn't do a program about it because we did another one earlier in the year where we went all the way, or last year we did a program, right?
That's correct, yes.
We went from Emeryville all the way to Ottumwa.
Ottumwa, yes.
So we didn't record this journey or do a program, but we are here. And we're going to give you a good excuse to hop on the California Zephyr if you really need a good excuse.
That's right. So we're going to take a look at what Grand Junction here at the depot has to offer if you ever get off the train here.
Well, and yeah, and the real reason why we're here is to show you three different national park areas of Colorado that are within just a short drive if you do get off the train here in Grand Junction. And what are those three national parks, Candace?
Let's see.
Curricante National Recreation Area, a couple hours away.
All right, and then Colorado Monument.
Colorado National Monument, that'll be the last place we take you in the video. Yep, that's just outside of Grand Junction.
Black Canyon of the Gunnison.
Yeah, so three national parks that you can take Amtrak's California Zephyr to. Curricante, Black Canyon, the Gunnison, and Colorado National Monument. So we'll start at Curricante, go to Black Canyon, and wrap it up at Colorado National Monument.
That's right.
All right.
See you along the way.
Let's hit the road. So time to go home, Candace.
It is. So
that's our little national park adventure.
We grabbed our drink at a little convenience store to take with us.
Yeah, support the local convenience store here in Grand Junction. I guess we'll walk up and see the engines and Alright, good old 76. That'll be our lucky trip home. Looks like it hit something. Lovely. The old Amtrak splatter.
Dinner.
Ah, yes. Oh.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Oh. Well, we just got off the California Zephyr, and look at that, we got our rental car keys.
Waiting on us.
Look at that.
It was here waiting.
That's right. So, we're on Junction.
And I got my drink.
Oh, you're still...
The trip up the mountain.
Oh, alright. Yeah, we got our Toyota Tacoma for this trip. On a cheese and cracker tray.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the lounge.
Yeah.
How they
closed it off.
Interesting. Alright, so where are we hitting the road from?
We are hitting the road.
Alright, let's say goodbye to the train for now.
Goodbye, train.
Look at that. Look how easy this is. Whoop, whoop. From the train to the
truck.
Da-da-da. Look how easy that was.
That was very convenient. From the Rail Rangers on the Road program.
Yeah, where are we? This is not the Midwest.
No, it's quite beautiful.
Hello down there. Where are we? Visiting a couple national parks for this program.
That's right. So if you've ever wondered where the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad got the symbol for their railroad,
yeah. In case you don't know, there's
this right here,
Denver and Rio Grande Railroad, the needle.
The needle.
So
take a look out here in this direction.
That's it, right down there.
Right there.
Well, why don't you show everybody and read everybody the sign and tell where are we first off?
So
we're in the Kirt-Conty National Recreation Area.
That's right.
Southwest Colorado.
So Colorado.
Yeah.
Denver and Rio Grande Railroad, of course.
Yeah. So tell what does it say?
So it says that the needle did not rise from the depths of the the Black Canyon, but rather as slowly cut by a trio of natural forces.
The iconic landform is made of the same rock under... Well, we don't have rock under our feet, but you get the point, folks. The iconic landform is made of the same rock under our feet. The geological fault of two rivers carved through the granite. So we're here at this overlook. You can see right here the Gunnison River below, and then it's across. And then there's an earthquake fault, actually, that runs behind it.
Correct.
So there's...
So the towers over the railroad line that operated between 1882 and 1949.
Yeah. So maybe you have that, and a lot of people have hats and T-shirts with the old logos who are fans of the needle. So there it is below, folks. And then yeah, big drop down there, and then we're going to take you to Cimarron. Is that it's going to be our next stop? And they have some railroad equipment.
Something pretty cool to show you there. So
all right.
We'll see you there.
Yeah. Well, before we move on, here's another overlook for you. We thought we would show you this. We just came to you from, where were we? Yeah. Oh, geez, we were up there. And we walked all around here.
Yeah, and so you get a different view of the needle from this side.
So we thought we'd show you that before we moved on. And you saw some birds down there. What, the ranger told us a little bit about those? What kind of?
Peregrine falcons and turkey vultures, possibly.
Oh, okay. We'll show you the needle in a minute, but this is kind of cool. I don't know if this is some type of a cave starting to be formed or something. And then I'm gonna zoom in a really pretty waterfall way down at the bottom of the canyon. And we'll go to the other side, and there's the top of the Denver, Rio Grande, and Western, the symbol needle, just from a different perspective. Here in the Kirkcaldy National Recreation Area, southwest Colorado, as we mentioned. What are you getting, pictures?
I am.
Ah, a little windy.
It's a little windy.
You're gonna hold on to your hat.
It's tied around my neck.
So we're about 7,700 feet above sea level here. So they said you could put the further on, not here, but further on in the canyon. For those folks watching us in Chicago, you could put the Sears Tower. What did it say? At the bottom of the canyon.
And it still wouldn't be tall enough to reach the top of the canyon.
So I think the Sears Tower is like 1,400 and.
Yeah, this is like 2,000.
Or 1,200, 1,400, something like that feet. So yeah, get a chance to come out here, see the see that logo that a lot of you probably have on your T-shirts or whatever. So we'll move on, show you a couple more railroad sites here coming on up. Well, we were somewhere up there. Now we're kind of at the bottom of the canyon. Sorry, look at that wind. It's
blowing my hat up.
There you go. So it's gonna be a little windy. But we're down at the bottom of the canyon now. Still in the Kirkcaldy National Recreation Area.
And there goes my hat again. That's all right.
Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do with it? You're a mess. So we're here to show you the.
That's all right. Just leave it alone.
Show you the railroad exhibit.
That's all right. Come on.
So if you've never been here.
Looks like they have a beautiful caboose.
Ah.
So we'll get to the signage here and show you guys what it says on there. And then we'll walk the length of the train exhibit that's here. The ranger told us a few months ago they actually had the train over here and you could walk through it at the time because they just redid the railing and the bridge over across on the river part.
Yeah, before we go over there, let's look down at the river. Apparently that's the site of the original trestle, though, over the Gunnison River. So kind of give you a perspective if you've never been here. Hopefully the wind dies down a little bit now and you can hear us.
Well,
Candace is by the historic marker.
yeah, so the signage says that promoters called this the scenic line of the world.
Yes.
It enticed travelers to see Western Colorado by rail. The Denver and Rio Grande guidebook, Around the Circle, invites readers to join the trip. Unlike many of Colorado's canyons, the scenery in this one is kaleidoscopic, ever-changing. Here's the train glides along and close to the walls. A British author, Rudyard Kipling, found the train line...
Rudyard.
Rudyard.
Yes.
Oh, Rudyard. All right.
You never heard of him? He's a pretty famous author. Anyway.
He called the ride sublime. We entered the gorge, remote from the sun, where the rocks were 2,000 feet sheer. There was a glory and a wonder and a mystery about a mad ride which I felt keenly until I had to offer prayers for the safety of the train.
Ah.
So it says Engine 361 pulled one of its last train rides through here in 1949.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And this is a Pratt Truss Bridge.
Yep.
So let's take a walk across the bridge and along the train exhibit so you can see it.
All right. And this is off US Highway 50. It's maybe a half hour or so from where we were before.
That's not the exact same engine that was shown in the picture there. This is the 278.
You want to walk?
Yeah, let's walk them across the bridge into the front of the steam engine.
Okay.
Woo. Good thing my hat's around my neck too.
Yeah, well, out west you do get those winds.
They have a nice little walking path here so you don't have to walk on the road.
Yeah. Not that it's that busy. But let's walk down and then we'll look back. Take our time. Beautiful, beautiful summer day here in August of 2022.
That's right. So step up.
Okay.
Down below.
Yeah.
Looks like there's some type of piping there. Maybe they're taking water to somewhere else.
Well, a diversion, yeah. Let's go as far down as we can and walk back that way and then we'll look at some of the cars.
That beautiful steam engine.
I don't think it's going to cooperate. I'll just give up.
That's right. Just let it be.
So Denver, Rio Grande looks like the 278. Be nice if they had a plaque or something that told you about each of these cars, though. But
well, the sign behind you says that your fee dollars help with improvements, so maybe if people donate, that could be one of the...
Oh yeah, or just visit your national parks. Your entry fees always help with special
projects.
Alright, well, it's kind of cool, though.
So,
What
imagine the train line coming all the way across here, I mean,
yeah.
and down the road where you come up to the exhibit here.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was the grade there that you drive on.
Yeah, and we went to which connected Montrose, which is just to the west of here, and probably Gunnison which is the next major town to the east of us. So, Let's see what else they have here. What other cars they have. Here you have the tender there. And this looks cool. I'll show you how far deep we are in the canyon.
Hey, do you know why a steam engine never sits?
Because it has a tender behind.
You ruined my...
Yeah, I know. Looks like we got a boxcar, or what's this? Flour, sugar, and bean loading only on the door. So we have 3132 car. Oh, and only one caboose, no cabooses in this video this time. Let you get a close-up look at that, I guess. The 0577. It was pretty cool. I think a year or two ago, we did one of our presentations about how many parks have national park units have a connection with the railroad, and we came up with, I think it was 60 to 70 had some kind of connections. And even when you come out to Colorado and you think, oh, that's pretty gorge, okay, you know, does it have a connection? Well, yeah, it does. But it's pretty amazing. 60 to 70 of our, well, we have over 420 national park units have something to do with trains and railroading. So if you haven't watched that one, you know, you can always go back and watch all of our previous videos on demand on our YouTube channel. So yeah, the snow probably gets that high down here in the canyon. So yeah, that's why we come here in August, August 2022. So that, yeah, you don't want to come here in the snow. A lot of road closures in the winter. Anyway, so you can watch, you know, we've done almost 50 programs. So you can always go back and watch the ones that we've done before. So it's kind of cool too.
There's almost like glass in the rocks. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. So there's the logo on the bridge, and another look at the steam train down in the canyon here. And of course, nearby here is the Denver and Durango and Silverton railroads you can ride, and Colorado. South of that in New Mexico, you have the another tourist line through Chama. So there you go. And there's that logo we were talking about earlier in the program, the pinnacle. So there's the needle, yes, that we showed you earlier at the earlier overlook. So one last look here inside Kirkconty National Recreation Area and the train exhibit. Well, now we were just down the road a couple miles.
The Cimarron River Railroad exhibit.
So we're coming out now, and we're at the visitor center here, and we have some cattle cars. So a few more railroad exhibits that you don't want to miss if you come visit the national park here in Colorado. It's the 5620, and you can see this car was rebuilt in 1925. So over 100 years old and rebuilt 97 years ago. And then we have another car here, the 04414.
It's like 1942 is the date on that one.
So a little bit more modern. So looks like maybe this was the depot turned visitor center. Candace will be careful as she walks around here, and looks like they have some more exhibits. So we wanted to show you those as well.
Look out for the cars.
Oh.
When you cross the tracks, make sure that there's no train coming.
there will be, but so this is one of the National Park Visitor Centers.
The Royal Gorge, Moffat Tunnel.
Yeah, which we took you through earlier. I think it was this year or last year, one of our programs where we
rode the California Zephyr.
Yeah. So yeah, look at that. They have mountain lions. Hiking groups and make noise. That's why we're gonna send Candace off by herself.
Sure.
So you kind of get a map idea of the park. Good idea of the map here. And we're at the far end of the park. And then this whole time we've been so far in the recreation area. And then there's the actual national park, Black Canyon and the Gunnison. And even though there's not really a lot of train stuff in Black Canyon and the Gunnison, we'll go ahead and take you up there next. And just show you that. So let's see what some of these railroad exhibits outside here. Let's see what this one says over here. The narrow path to prosperity. So when you build a new railroad, what possible difference can 20.5 inches between the rails make? In 1880, the decision to use a narrow gauge here in the mountains opened up trade across Colorado. In 1863, Congress set the standard gauge for railroads in this country to be 4 feet 8.5 inches, but the Denver-Rio Grande Railroad chose a more narrow 3-foot gauge for their system. So why would they do that? Narrow gauge tracks can nimbly negotiate turns around mountains, canyons, and cliffs where standard gauges won't work. I'll move the tree out of the way. Once railroad opened up, telegraph and electric lines followed. Miners, farmers, and cattlemen benefited. The economy thrived. Choosing to build a narrow gauge railroad put Colorado on a path to prosperity. So it was because of the terrain here.
Yeah, it was easier for the trains to get through here using
with the narrow
smaller
gauge. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Let's you read the next one here. Oh, we have one right here. Geography sets the stage.
So the Gunnison River carved the Black Canyon through a 50-mile block of rock called Gunnison Uplift.
No.
Look up to the slopes above to see the edge of the uplift. The Cimarron River cuts through its walls and into the canyon, creating a geographic doorway to the river.
Oh.
Ute Indians, trappers, and explorers all passed this way before the coming of the train. In 1882, the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad spent about 15 months laying tracks down the canyon from Gunnison to be able to reach the mining town of the San Juan Mountains to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Cimarron started life as a truly unruly camp and grew quickly. Work crews housed here and dealt with debris and hazards of Black Canyon to keep open one of the most challenging stretches of the railroad in Colorado.
Okay, let's see what else we got up here. I'll read the next one. We have another one. I don't know. Please do not climb on the cart.
That's why they have this nice platform.
Yeah. Really beautiful up here. You gotta love it when you have those clear blue Colorado skies. Got another one? Oh, we do have another marker up here. Alright, I can do this one.
I've been working on the railroad.
Oh, don't quit
all the livelong days.
Yeah, don't quit your Rail Ranger day job. So working on the railroad. Like a snarling dragon, the river kept an endless attack on the rail bed in the canyon. Slumping soils on the hills near Cerro's summit pushed tracks toward nearby creeks. Keeping the tracks east and west from Cimarron in good working shape was a constant battle. Denver and Rio Grande repair crews used maintenance away cars like you see here. Inside these covered box cars, you would find coal burning stoves, closets, and sinks. Living conditions were primitive. A tank held some fresh water for the crews. There's no built-in bathrooms. You wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Denver and Rio Grande 004414, which we'll show you in a second. Just over to my right. Housed as many as 18 workers until a foreman took over. He then made the car his office and a home for his whole family
So
at
we
the
showed you the other side of that car.
work site. Yeah, when we walked up, but there it is. You know what this reminds me of? When we used to do our narration on the Southwest Chief, I'm trying to remember what town it is in. It is in Illinois, just before you get to the Mississippi River. And there's a cattle car that looks like this, and it's parked off on a field. It was involved in a derailment, but not damaged really bad. And one of the farmers bought it, and it's been trackside along the old Santa Fe, somewhere between Galesburg and Fort Madison. So you can kind of peek in to this car. And, you know, pretty standard cattle cars for the moo-moos. And this gives you a good idea, I guess, where they would offload them. You could see where the original right-of-way. You still have some of the ties where there's no rail. But you can see where it came out of the canyon, because that's where we were during our last little broadcast, part of the broadcast too. We were down in the canyon. So you can see the original. And you can see the cattle pens where they would literally offload them from the trains into the pens, or the pens into the rails. So here's another one, 5679 car. It's funny, look, actually have birch trees like we do in northern Wisconsin by the Rail Ranger headquarters in Barron. And that's not because, and do you know why?
Because of the altitude, right?
Yeah, we're up at 8,000, just between 7,000 and 8,000 feet here. And so you do get the climate, like you're basically some of the same species of trees and plants that you'd find all the way up in northern Wisconsin, you find here in Colorado. 700 miles to the south. So you got one more marker here?
That's right.
All right, so I'll let you take it away.
From mountain
yes
to table.
To your belly. Yes.
The Denver and Rio Grande Railroad opened up a vast new market to sheep and cattle ranchers.
Oh, so sheep too, not just cattle.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Cimarron grew to become one of the busiest loading stops in Colorado.
Oh.
Breeding stock wintered in the valley to the west. Trains or spring drives brought cattle and sheep to the high country near here for the summer.
Oh.
In the fall, ranchers drove their herds down of the mountains to wait for the train. The noise was
raucous.
There you go, raucous, and the smell was repulsive.
Yes.
Kind of like you.
All right.
And the dust was choking. The rush ran day and night to keep animals watered and fed. 20-car-long trains moved up to 45,000 sheep and cattle a season from these mountains to packing plants and tables around the country.
Probably to Chicago, the yards and the stock yards on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, the sheep yards.
So there's a double-decked stock cars like you see here. Yeah, the sand strewn on the floors. He transferred from 4 to 8 trains. Look at that. I didn't know they had double-decker cars. But
well, yeah, they would load them from the side and up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
So if you turn
stock pens change shapes over the years to meet the needs of ranchers.
If you turn to your left, you can see the ramp that they would load them on.
Oh, yeah, let's go take a look. Just watch out for snakes. Oh, we can put you in the pen. It's open. Who wants to see Candace be put in the pen? So, yep, there's one of the ramps right there. Well, that's pretty neat.
Up the ramp to go one side.
Kind of like a car, car loader, like we did our program earlier this year in the auto train.
That's right. Lower and
upper.
So,
yeah, and ramps. Wow.
All right. Well.
Pretty cool. So we'll showed you around this exhibit. So we showed you the needle.
That's right, the needle.
Needle. And then we showed you
The
the
symbol of the railroad.
And then we showed you the train exhibit, and then now we showed you this other part of the train exhibit. And we're going to take a drive about 20 miles to the west, and we're going to show you the Black Canyon. Even though it doesn't have as much to do with the train, it's still part of here, and it's really beautiful. And of course, you want to visit the Black Canyon part of the national park too. So we'll go to one of the overlooks, and we'll show you that in just a few seconds.
See you there.
Even though we enjoyed the railroad exhibits, now we're about 20 or 30 miles further west, and we are at Sunset Point at Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. And yeah, this is one of the best views in the park I'm about to show you here. So we got to end on the high note, right? Even though the railroad exhibits were pretty cool. But yeah, look at this view, and I'm sure video's not even gonna do it justice, but yeah, remember the Sears Tower would not even fit at the bottom of this canyon, and it is so beautiful. And one of the things that always strikes me is everybody talks about the Grand Canyon, which is beautiful, but the sweeping views of the Black Canyon, I think it's very underrated and not really talked about much. So there is the view. So if you visit the railroad exhibits in Kure County, it's very easy. Less than an hour away is the national park that has the stunning views. You're so high, you barely see the water moving down below. And on a clear day, you can see about 60 miles. So now we're filming this in the summer. And off to the west, which is the direction you're looking at, there's some wildfires burning across the Utah-Colorado border. So normally you kind of make out the mountains out there, but not really. I guess on a clear day, yeah, that's about those mountains, the far mountains right there, about 60 miles away. I said on a clear day you can see even further, but still some pretty good views. You can see, oh look, yeah, there's Candace up there. You can see some birds. I said there's a lot of falcons. Oh, I'm not sure. It's making some noise. A lot of Pyrenees falcons up here. Because Candace likes the birds, and she's trying to get a picture of them. So, let's head up the trail and catch up with Candace, because I'm going to kind of wrap up this segment here. We still have to head back to Grand Junction and take you to Colorado National Monument, which is another national park that is we'll profile. And here's a look back on where we just came from. There's the overlook we were just at. So some pretty easy trails, some longer hikes to the views of the canyon, but elevation of 8,000 feet. And in fact, we live at 600 feet. We like the easy ones, easy viewpoints. Well, hello.
Hello, everyone.
You didn't go out at the viewpoint.
Well, I did, but I didn't.
What do you think?
It's beautiful. I took time to smell the sage.
Oh,
It's very fragrant and dry.
is it better than taking time to smell the roses?
No, the roses smell better.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So from here, we're going to head to Grand Junction and show you the third national park unit that you can see if you take the California Zephyr to Colorado. And so yeah, we got about, what, 2-hour drive back to Grand Junction.
Sounds good to me.
So, boy, we could instantly transport our viewers there, though, in just a few seconds. Well, we're here at our fourth and I guess our last national park before we head back to Grand Junction.
There you go.
This is as we've been taking you all along to 4 national parks and monuments located not too far from the Grand Junction, Colorado station. And well, this is about 3 hours or so to the north. You look tired. Yeah.
That's all right, though.
So where are we? We are in the Dinosaur National Monument.
Yes, in Utah.
And part of the park is in Colorado.
That's
Part
right.
of the park is in Utah, and the only place with dinosaur fossils are the Utah part of the park.
That is
So if you go
correct.
to the Colorado part of the park,
You'll be sorely
no,
disappointed.
no, they have nice canyons and stuff.
But if you want to see the goods,
The-
you got to come here.
The dinosaurs. So Candace is we're gonna challenge Candace here, and we're gonna pretend. Now we're rail rangers, so you gotta give us. We know our train stuff, but how well?
Do we know our dinosaur?
Our dinosaur stuff. So we're gonna cheat a little bit. We bought this book for $1 to support the national park, and what it's supposed to do is we're gonna randomly look up at this giant wall. And this is kind of cool. What they did was they built this building over the side of the mountain. So if you look outside, you want to show them that real quick? Shows how they kind of built the building over this mountain. So this is obviously the outside part of the mountain that has a lot of dinosaur bones in it. And then they built this building over this section. So this kind of shows you. So under there's probably lots and lots of dinosaur bones that we don't see. And then these are the ones that we do see.
And it's temperature controlled in here.
It's nice. It's very warm because it's August of 2022.
Yeah,
it's very warm. It's nice and cool in here. So what we're gonna do is see how well Candace over here is gonna be at identifying a dinosaur bone. So I'm gonna go over here, and we didn't set this up ahead of time. I'm gonna randomly pick something, and it's pretty wide, as you can see. So I'm going to pick something over here. We're going to give her a little cheat sheet, and she's going to explain how she's going to pretend to be a paleontologist. And the ultimate challenge will be, I'm going to randomly pick out one of these bones along this whole thing here, and she is going to. So what we're going to do is randomly pick out some of these bones here, and using just her field guide and her general knowledge,
that's right,
she's going to try to tell us what dinosaur it is. And she'll explain how she came to her logical conclusion.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to look. Where should I pick? Let's pick up way up at the top, up there.
There.
Can you tell me what those...
So,
how about that vertebrae over there?
So
she's gonna use her. So how does this work? We bought this. Okay, so we bought this for $1.
That's right. So
and it has numbers, and so we're trying to match up.
I think we need to go a little to the right here.
Okay.
So in this section,
yeah, that's what I was saying up at the top.
Is a nearly complete skeleton of a Camarasaurus.
A Camarasaurus.
Yes,
and you can kind of see.
There's a picture on the back here.
So that's what you're saying that is.
That's what it is.
Camarasaurus. And if you go to the guide, flip back, and show them. Other page. There you go. So what you're looking at, that's the vertebrae here.
And then here's its neck, because there's its head. It's going to be right up there.
Up at the top. Okay.
And these bones closest to us right here are these right here. So probably legs.
Okay. So you too can come here and pretend to be
a paleontologist. These are a little too high.
Even though we don't know what we're doing, but
that's right.
With the guide you can identify, and let's see. Can we see all the different types of dinosaurs?
Actually, look. Here's very good.
That's a young Camarasaurus. You want to tell people about that?
Sure. So this fossilized skeleton is a young Camarasaurus, and it's almost completed. The longest necked dinosaur ever found.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was discovered in 1919, and scientists were able to reconstruct the skeleton base.
Well, take a look at the different stats. But look at the bone over here.
That is one of the bones.
It says it's an adult right thigh bone. 149 million years old. All right, and so so just precise, because that's kind of hard to tell.
See it up there, yeah.
So there's Candace.
The other side of it so you can see.
All right. Wow, you're almost as big as a dinosaur, honey.
You gotta.
Oh, all right, yeah. So, well, stand next to it so people could kind of compare there. And that's just one
femur.
One femur of the dinosaur.
All right.
So why don't we walk down and see what else there is?
Touchable things here too.
Oh. Well, let's see what else there is here. So what do we have here?
These casts are fragile, so you don't want to touch them.
Yeah.
We'll be able to touch real dinosaur bones down the way.
Oh, okay. All right. So that kind of shows the cast, or...
Correct. Casting.
That's a little guy.
Allosaurus.
This next one? Okay. And what do you have? That's That shows some of the foot bones.
The
Wow.
right forearm.
So much bigger than your hands.
Much bigger.
And then look at those claws. The right forearm.
Yeah.
Of
So
the dinosaur.
Allosaurus is right next to you, what we just saw, the casting.
Yes.
That gentleman there. Or it could be a she.
Gentleman.
It's one of the most complete meat-eating dinosaur skeletons that they've ever found.
All right, well, I'm going to pop quiz here. I'm going to test your knowledge one more time.
All right, I'll try.
So, how about those? How about that vertebrae up there?
The one at the very top?
Well, right here.
The little curvy guy?
So she's checking her field guide there.
It is part of a Stegosaurus.
That is?
If I'm looking at this correctly.
So that's the vertebrae of a Stegosaurus?
I think so.
Okay. Look at that. Pop quiz. All right. What else do we have over here?
We have the skull.
Okay. Some vertebrae
Or
again.
maybe a tail.
Maybe a tail.
The hands.
Mm-hmm.
But I was reading
Yes.
that it depended how the dinosaur was in the mud.
When it died,
When
or
it died,
yeah.
is how the river was flowing at the time.
Oh, because it
So-
would wash some of the.
Correct. So
Okay.
it would make them either this way or that way, or
Okay.
so.
Well, that would make sense. And what I think is kind of cool too over here is you look at the layer of rocks here. And like you might just see this outer layer of rock, like if you're looking outside at the mountain where we showed you earlier. And you might think, oh, there's nothing here because there's nothing on this layer of rock. And then you dig down, I mean, that's 5 to 7 feet. And look at all the fossils that are behind the layers of rock. So this is about, let's tell people about protecting the quarry.
Yeah, so this was Earl Douglas found the very first fossils,
So this is all mostly found
1909.
115 so years ago.
Yeah, so this is probably what you saw.
I was here in 1994 when I was 14 years old.
By 2006, the building was at risk.
Of collapsing.
So then
They
in
built
2011, they built
the
this
current
beautiful.
building. I was gonna say it didn't look. Yeah, it was a nice building, but it wasn't this one.
Yeah, so new columns. They extended deep into the solid rock below, and it provides a firm foundation for the building.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good view here. Again. Dun 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 dun.
Well, we're going to let you take an up and close personal look at the Allosaurus.
Ah.
He had sharp,
Yeah, like you.
serrated teeth.
Yeah. Don't wake him up before he had his first cup of coffee.
Powerful arm and leg muscles allowed him to kill and eat smaller dinosaurs.
Mm.
So he had very powerful leg muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And here's his skull.
Wow.
Of course, he's been put back together a couple times, it looks
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but very good.
Oh, and here's some more bones. Should I give you one more chance to redeem yourself?
Let's see. This is
How about those looks like leg bones or something down here, lower? Yeah,
these guys.
yeah. No, these two right here. Yeah, 5150. I think those are right there, right?
Yeah, that was what we were looking at.
So you gotta kind of they're not numbered on the wall, so
Yeah, that's a humerus. That's a funny bone.
for what? Okay, so what
This
dinosaur are those bones?
is the
5-1.
sauropod.
All right, so she'll try to find. This is kind of fun for a buck. If you come out here, pick this guide Oh.
He's not on there.
What is it called? 5150. A sauropod. Oh, he's not on there?
He's not on there.
Oh.
He didn't make the.
He didn't make the cut. Okay.
He was eaten by the dude.
Maybe. But pretty darn cool. And there you go. Dinosaur National Monument.
That's right. So lots of fun things here that you can do and see. And make sure that you keep your hands clean and I don't know. But we'll see you.
Wow, that was really exciting. Got to see 3 beautiful national parks, all within a very, very short drive. If you take the Amtrak here to Grand Junction, the California Zephyr, you're in a car, and you can hit all 3 parks within a day or a day and a half. You don't have to spend a long time, and you can catch the train number 6 back to Chicago. So we hope you enjoyed our look at the 3 parks. And yeah, we got number 6 coming in a little bit, so we got to make way for the train and head on back.
That's right. Let's get all aboard.
All right, we'll see you next month in September 2022 with another Rail Rangers on the Road. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. See you next month, folks, and ride the California Zephyr and check out our beautiful national parks. On behalf of the Midwest Rail Rangers, thank you so much for joining us for this program. Here's a look at the next program. Make sure you mark your calendar for this, and we look forward to seeing you then. In the meanwhile, if you're planning an Amtrak trip, don't forget about one of our exciting and interesting rail route guides. For more information, go to www.railrangers.org. That's www.railrangers.org, and click on the Rail Rangers store. There are plenty of options for both local and long-distance rail route guides, in traditional book format, PDF ebook, and even MP3 podcasts. Until we gather together next month, the first Sunday of every month at 7 p.m. Central Time, we hope you have a great week and a great month ahead, and come out and join us on one of our onboard educational programs. For a listing of our in-person programs, go to our website. Again, that's www.railrangers.org, and click on upcoming events. Until next month, we'll see you then.